Hey everybody, Rosematter here, and welcome to part 22 of my Steins Gate Let's Play. In the last episode, we completed Kurisu's ending, slash the precursor to the true ending, and Kurisu is not able to be saved, at least in this timeline. And we ended with a little bit of a cliffhanger with the revelation that Suzuha has come back again from the future. So I'm assuming that there's a reason she had to come back to the Beta World line. Maybe things aren't as great as we thought they were, and we didn't solve everything by letting Kurisu die and saving Mayuri, so we'll just have to see what the true end entails. So without further ado, let's get back into it and let's see what happens next. As well, Chapter 11, Open the Steins Gate. Oh my goodness, we get a whole different chapter. She said to meet her on the roof of Radicon. This is exciting. I always was bummed out that we lost Suzuha, and it just seemed like no matter what we did, we were going to lose her. So this, I didn't even think that we could, like, maybe save her too. When I get there, I find it cordoned off. The roof was off limits to begin with, but now it's also part of a crime scene. As if I needed another reminder of the murder that took place here 3 weeks ago. Okay, so yes, this is taking place on the Beta World line. Oh my gosh, so we can go back and save Kurisu too? I hope? Maybe the game is just giving me, like, hope that that can happen, but there's got to be a reason Suzuha is here. I duck under the yellow tape and open the door. The lock's still broken. Oh my gosh, it's her time machine. Why is she here? I can hardly breathe after running up the stairs to get here. As I gasp for air, I look across the stark white concrete. And naturally, my eyes go straight to the satellite sitting smack dab in the middle of the roof.
嘘だろロボじゃね変形とかしたりして
So in this world line and the Beta World line, they never met Suzuha, did they? Because she never had a need to come back. Mayuri and Daru are just as surprised. What is that thing? I mean, it looks like Suzuha's time machine, but there's something different about it. Suzuha's looked old and beat up. This one looks brand new. It's not stuck in the wall either. And besides, this is the Beta World line where CERN's dystopia never forms. Suzuha has no reason to travel to 2010. That satellite shouldn't be here. Oh shit, does that mean things didn't end up getting fixed? And there was still the dystopia? Because there's time travel, obviously time travel is a thing. And yet I feel like I've seen it before. Where? When did I... Of course, it was at Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. Right before the presentation started, something shook the building like an earthquake. And when I went to check the roof, this satellite was sitting there. Oh my god, that seems like so long ago, that's right. And it looked like that, it wasn't crashed like before. Though still confused, I approached the satellite. Just then, the hatch opens and someone steps outside. Oh my gosh, look at her! Little soldier! She's part-time warrior for sure. Now she looks the part.
Okabe, Rintaro?
Suzuha!
It really is her. The part-time warrior. John Titor. Time traveler from 2036. Daro's daughter, who will be born 7 years from now.
なんでだなんでお前がここにいる
I asked her the same question over the phone, but I can't help myself. I need answers.
質問に答えて。君が岡部倫太郎？
お
The way she puts it makes it sound like she's never met me before. And now that we're talking face to face, I realize there's something very different about her. For starters, what's with all the camo? It looks dirty and worn, like she's been fighting in it for a while. She's even carrying a gun, and for some reason, and I'm pretty sure it's not a replica, so it looks like I didn't really fix anything, did I? Is she really Amane Suzuha?
いや待てちょっと待て
This doesn't make sense. No, calm down. Figure this out, Okabe. You know that this is impossible. Suzuha can't be here. She left to 1975 in her one-way time machine. She found the IBN 5100, made sure it would get to you, and then passed away in the year 2000. Does she have like a twin? So where did this girl come from? Maybe she came from an alternate timeline. Maybe, like I said, maybe there's an Omega timeline or something.
私は2036年から来たタイムトラベラー。オカリンおじさんに頼みがあるの。
Uncle?
おじさん
We don't have time to humor Mayuri's question. Suzuha walks up to me and looks me in the eye. Her expression is grim. The next words out of her mouth are the last thing I expected to hear.
この世界線の未来では第三次世界大戦が起きちゃうんだ。
Oh shit, okay. Is that different from the other one? Did I make things worse?
それを回避するために私に協力して過去を変えてお願い。
Yeah, I guess because, like, the first one there's a dystopia, CERN's dystopia, where there's no war. And now I've made it so now that's gonna be World War III, so what's worse?
なんだよそれ。
So we
なんだよそれは。
just seems like I can't fix anything. I change things, but I don't fix
第
it.
三次世界大戦って大変だ大変だよ。
いや、つうかさ、タイムトラベラーってマジ？釣りじゃなくて？
父さんは黙ってて。
父さん？はあ、びっくりした。謎の美少女にいきなり父さん呼ばわりされたでござる。どうせならお兄ちゃんと呼んでくれ。
So in this world line, she knows who her dad is. Like there was no searching for the dad. She knew it was Daru.
待ってくれ。
I take a deep breath. Okay, let's figure this out. Yes, let's, please. I turn to Suzuha.
そこにある人工衛星のようなものはタイムマシンか？
Suzuha nods curtly. She hasn't smiled once. There's no hint of the cheerful Suzuha I remember. Instead, I sense strength, conviction, and steel resolve.
お前の父親が作ったのか？
そうだよ。
Suzuha glances at Daru.
お前は一体どこから来た
2036年から1975年2000年を経由して。
経由だって。
That doesn't make any sense. She's obviously not in her 40s, which means...
あのタイムマシンは未来方向にも跳躍できると言いたいのか？
そうじゃなきゃタイムマシンとは呼べないじゃん。
This isn't the Suzuha I know, but it is Suzuha.
お前は違う未来から来た。
違う未来。
2036年はどんな状況なんだ？セルンによるディストピアは？
セルンって何？ディストピア？
Suzuha frowns. She doesn't know about CERN? That settles it. She's definitely not the Suzuha I know.
さっき第三次世界大戦が起きると言ったよな。
そう。その戦争で人類の総人口は10億人まで減ったの。
Okay, yeah, that's worse than a dystopia. Yeah, like 6 of the population being wiped out, at least.
10億って今の総人口って67億人ぐらいじゃなかったっけ？だとしたら57億人も死んだってこと？
核兵器が使われてね。
Oh shit.
かつての冷戦構造にそっくりだった。きっかけはタイムマシン。EU とロシアによる開発競争が火種になって、それにアメリカまでが横槍を入れたから収拾がつかなくなった。世界を滑る可能性を持つ夢の装置。それを手に入れることは過去から未来までを全て手中に収めるっていうことになるわけだから。
Time travel again. It has the power to grant your dreams and at the same time destroy everything you love. I know that better than anyone.
2036年には戦争は終結してるけど、地球はボロボロ。もうさ、人がまともに住める世界じゃないんだ。
It's unbelievable. In the future of the Alpha World line, CERN used their time machine to fashion a dystopia where no one could oppose their rule. Suzuha traveled to the past to change that. She showed me how to escape that convergence. The result is this, the Beta World line. Here, CERN fails to complete its time machine. But instead, 5.7 billion people die in the fires of nuclear war.
そんなのありかよ。
And we don't have Kurisu with us to help. We've got Suzuha, but we don't have Kurisu. Can we travel in the future and see what happens? It'd be nice. Well, nice. It wouldn't be nice to see, like, a ruined world, but it'd be interesting. My legs fold beneath me. I sink to my knees.
おかり、大丈夫？
Myri kneels beside me and gently rubs my back, but I'm too stunned to respond to her kindness. I glare at Suzuha. Though I know it's absurd, part of me blames her.
なんでこんなことになってるんだ。お前が言ったんだぞ。ベータ世界線なら平和な未来が待っているって。
We saved Myri. We changed the future. And now, after everything we did, Suzuha appears before me once again to say that it wasn't enough?
今が未来への大きな分岐点で。
そんなのは知ってる。
だったらわかるでしょ。このままじゃ57億人が死ぬんだよ。戦争が終わったって何も残ってない世界に私たち放り出されるんだよ。あんなひどい世界を変えるために私はここに来たの。そして過去を変えるためにはオカリンおじさんの協力が。
断る。
I reject her plea outright. Suzuha looks hurt, betrayed, like an abandoned puppy. How dare she look at me that way? I borrow Myri's shoulder and struggle back to my feet.
俺はアルファ世界線からここに来た。俺の大事な女の子の命を犠牲にしてまでここにたどり着いたんだ。
I can't go back, not to the world line where Myri dies.
57億人が死のうと知ったことかよ。あいつのクリスの犠牲を無駄になんかさせないからな。
One person versus 5.7 billion. They can't be compared. Suzuha is staring at me in disbelief. Myri and Daru clearly don't know what to say. I haven't told them what happened, so they can't understand.
つまりおじさんは別のアトラクタフィールドにいたってこと？すごい。それが例のリーディングシュタイナーなんだね。
なぜその名を？
父さんから聞いてる。それに私もオカリンおじさんとは会ったことがあるんだ。未来でね。
俺と？
So he survives. Because I was a dum-dum and I forgot when Nai said that like he was gonna die in 15 years, and I was like, wait, what? But then yes, it's true, he does die in the timeline because she never met him.
そっか。そしてそっちのアトラクタフィールドでも私は同じように2010年に来たんだね。
A faint smile flickers across her face. Then she looks at me with renewed intensity.
オカリンおじさん、今おじさんは断るって言ったけど。
そうだ。クリスの死は無駄にしない。マユリを殺させはしない。
マユシは死んじゃうの？さっきから言ってるそのクリスってマキセ・クリスのことだよね。
Oh, so wait, what? So she survived?
聞いておじさん。もしもだよ。この世界線の未来を変えるために必要なのが2010年7月28日に亡くなったマキセ・クリスを助けること。
Yes!
って言ったら
You know he will. As long as it means Myri lives too. Shock ripples through my body. What did she say? Save Kurisu. But how? We no longer have the phone wave or the time leap machine, and even if we did, I could never leap that far back. Dude, she's got a time machine right behind her. Of course. I look over Suzuha's shoulder at the object disguised as a satellite.
タイムマシン。これがあれば。
It came all the way from 2036. It should have no problem going back a mere 3 weeks. Even better, this time machine can do what Alpha Suzuha's could not. It can travel to the future. I can go to July 28th, save Kurisu, and return to the present. No D-mills, no time leaps. Genuine physical time travel. I can't refuse. I literally can't refuse. I saw this time machine once before, on July 28th, that fateful day. Shortly before Kurisu was killed, I saw it standing in this very spot, as sure as it is standing before me now. What if did I say this before? What if Suzuha was the one who killed Kurisu? Maybe she did that because she thought that's what she had to do to change the world line, but then she ended up screwing it up and causing World War III, so now she's got to let Kurisu live? Question mark? Because we still don't know who killed Kurisu, and I'm assuming, the time machine showed up on the roof of this very building on that day that Kurisu died. There had to be a reason Suzuha traveled to that specific day. There's only one thing that can mean. It has already been established that this time machine will appear on that day in this place. Even before I sent the first email, my participation was assured. Even the thought of turning Suzuha down now is meaningless. Nothing is coincidence. Everything is inevitable. The revelation makes me dizzy. It's like I don't have the tiniest atom of free will, like my every action from the moment of my birth was planned for me by some cosmic force.
私が望む世界線は、オカリンおじさんが通ってきたっていう、アルファ世界線だっけ？そこじゃない。目指すべきは。
Was I right about...
アトラクタフィールドの狭間。
I was like, is she gonna call it the Omega timeline? The space between?
どのアトラクタフィールドからも一切干渉を受けない。たった一つの世界線。通称、シュタインズゲート。
Oh shit. Oh shit. So he's been calling it Steins Gate this whole time before he even knew that it existed. Is there like maybe something in his brain that knew about Steins Gate? What? But that's the Chuny name I pulled out of my ass. It doesn't even mean anything.
シュタインズゲートはさ、まだ誰も見たことのない未知の世界線らしいんだ。
らしいって、それ誰かが観測したんじゃないん？
観測はされてないんだよね。だから未知なわけで。でも、シュタインズゲートのダイバージェンスは、お父さんとオカリンおじさんとですでに割り出されてるよ。
So that's why she calls it Steins Gate, is because that he called it Steins Gate and he brought that with him to the future, his Chuny name for it as he calls it.
相対値で、ここからマイナス 0.081609%。
This is crazy. I can't believe like this whole other part of this game exists, but you have to get very specific things for it. Like this isn't just a little bit of a slight change. This is a huge change to the game. This is crazy.
そこがシュタインズゲート。
I'm so happy I decided to get all the endings so I could get this one.
その世界線に到達するために必要な条件がクリスの救出。
そういうこと。
There you go, you get your girl back.
第三次世界大戦を回避する鍵なんだよ。彼女が生きていればさ、戦争は起きない。少なくとも57億人も死なないんだ。
Okay, so in that case, did Suzuha go back in time to kill Kurisu or to save Kurisu, but she failed? Still gotta find out who killed her. I guess we're gonna find out.
なぜクリスなんだ？確かにクリスは天才少女だが、あいつが57億人を救う英雄だっていうのか。
He's like, why couldn't it have been me? I want to be the hero.
よくわかんない。
Okay, but you've done enough. Let Kurisu be the hero of the story for once.
わからないって。無責任すぎるだろう。
私は父さんの立てた計画通りに動いているだけ。その計画、元はオカリンおじさんが立案したらしいんだけど。だから、おじさんの計画が間違ってたら、私のやってることも意味がない。
どうしてまた聞きなんだ？直接俺に指示されたわけじゃないのか？
オカリンおじさんは10年ぐらい前。今からだと。
Oh, he's still okay. So he still dies 15 years from now.
2025年に。
I guess that doesn't change no matter what. The same result is on the Alpha World line.
だから真相はわからない。父さんはオカリンおじさんの意志を継いで、この計画を実行するために、たった一人でタイムマシンを作り上げた。
That's my super hacker. He must have hacked into CERN and stolen their research, then used it to construct his own time machine. On the Alpha World line, CERN killed Daru before he could complete the machine. But here, Daru was able to perfect his design. That's why it can go back to the future. At least, that seems the most likely explanation.
オカリンおじさん、その世界線シュタインズゲートは未知っていうぐらいだから、どんな未来が待っているのか誰も知らない。もしかしたら第三次世界大戦が終結した後でディストピアが構築されるかもしれない。もしかしたらマキセ・クリスはオカリンおじさんが助けた2日後とかに死んじゃうかもしれない。もしかしたらオカリンおじさんは2025年じゃなくて1週間後に死んじゃうかもしれない。でも同時にもしかしたら2036年になるまで第三次世界大戦も起きないし、ディストピアも構築されないかもしれない。
I hope so. I just want a happy ending.
マキセ・クリスも他の誰も死なないかもしれない。
And we can go to Kamima.
素晴らしい未来が待っているかもしれない。少なくとも私がいた2036年でもなく、アルファ世界線の私がいた2036年でもなくなるのは確か。
Is an unknown future really for the best? I would hate for the ending role to say, despite your best efforts, you made everything worse.
先は見えない。完全な未知。
Kurisu can't be saved. I know that. Even if we change the past, convergence will ensure her death, just as it did for Mayuri. It's impossible. There's no way this plan can succeed. In the end, fate will win, as it always has.
それでも言ってくれるなら、それでも私と一緒に7月28日へ飛んでくれるなら、この手を握って。
I look down at Suzuha's hand. Her skin is rough, her palm calloused. This cool, collected, unsmiling Suzuha comes from a ruined world, from the ashes of a war that claimed over 5 billion lives. I can only imagine what she's been through. Kurisu. How have I dreamt of saving her? I would do anything, anything to save her fate. But how do I know this invitation won't lead me into another maze of despair?
マユシーは今の話ちんぷんかんぷんなのです。でもね、そのマキセさんっていう人はオカリンにとっては大事な人だったんでしょ。だったら頑張るべきだよ、オカリン。
This music just makes me want to fight. Like, it makes me want to be like, yes, let's do it.
57億人救えるかどうかってのはちっとも想像できないけどな。ごちゃごちゃ細かいことはいいから、その女の子を助けることだけ考えればいいんじゃね。そうすればモテ期到来確定だし。
Mayuri and Daru offer me encouragement, but it's not enough to overcome my doubt. The Makase Kurisu we knew, lab member 004, is already gone. Even if I save her on this world line, she won't remember any of the time she shared with us. So there's no point. I won't bend time to my convenience. Not again. I'm not God. I don't have that right. If I try, I'll just end up making things worse. Reason pleads with me to stop. And yet, I look at Suzuha's outstretched hand. It's funny, in every ending, he took their hands, and now it's his time to take hers. And then with resignation, I grasp it firmly.
やるよ。
Try though I made to fight it, this choice was made for me on July 28th, the moment I laid eyes upon this time machine.
結局、俺がお前の手を握るように運命は収束するんだろう。
I'm not at all confident that I can save Kurisu. How many times have I tried to resist fate, only to fail? I don't want to see her die. But if there is a chance, however small, that she can be saved, I have to try. Even if I can't take back what we had, I want more than anything to save her.
一緒に行くよ。
は ありがとう。おかりんおじさん。じゃあ乗って。
ちなみにそのタイムマシン二人乗り OK なのか？
もちろん。私の父さんが作った最高傑作なんだからさ、当然。
誰は娘に愛されてるな。
言葉の意味はよくわからんが、とにかく父さんではなくお兄ちゃんと呼べ。
Gross.
おかみ
Gross.
絶対帰ってきてね。行ったまま戻ってこなかったら嫌だよ。
別に違う世界に行くわけじゃない。
I'll say they are accepting this all pretty readily. It's not like on this world line that they knew any of this time machine stuff existed. Like, this is all new to them, but they're like, okay, this is happening. I pat Mayuri's arm reassuringly. Then I follow Suzuha to the time machine's hatch and slip inside. The interior is cylindrical and surprisingly tight. When I sit down on the ledge that rims the cylinder, it puts me face to face with Suzuha, kind of like one of those giant teacup rides. There are fewer controls than I expected. The inside definitely looks more refined than what I saw of Suzuha's time machine on the Alpha World line. But one thing remains the same. The time display panel, a black screen with red lettering. I guess that's just Daru's taste.
携帯出して。
When I hand it over, Suzuha casually tosses it out the hatch.
おい。
持っていかない方がいい。混戦するから。
Interference? Oh, I see. We're going to July 28, so there will be two of me, and if I bring it, two of my phone. I guess that could be a problem if I got a call or something. So time travelers really do need to be careful about what they bring to the past.
ハッチ閉めて。
I hear Mayuri and Daru cheering outside. Mayuri caught my phone, thankfully. I give them a final nod, then close the hatch. Silence engulfs us. Suzuha is operating the time display panel. She sets our destination, July 28th, 2010, 11:50 a.m.
時間はこれぐらいでいいかな。
ギリギリすぎないか？
I remember that Dr. Nakabachi's presentation began at 12.
このタイムマシンって場所移動ができないの。
というと？
例えばここ。つまりラジカンの屋上からタイムトラベルを開始した場合、どの時間へ飛んでもラジカン屋上の座標にしか到着しないんだ。まあ本当はもっといろいろ複雑な計算してんだけど、今は説明しない。とにかくそういうことなんで、発表会の前日に飛ぶこともできるけどさ、そのせいで騒ぎになって発表会中止とかになっちゃまずいでしょ。だからむしろ時間ギリギリの方がいい。
なるほど。
おじさんってタイムトラベルは初体験だっけ？
あのな、おじさんと呼ぶのはやめてくれ。タイムリープは腐るほどやったが、タイムトラベルは初めてだ。ジョン・タイター曰く、かなりの G が発生して引っ張られるような感覚があるらしい。
ああ、それ書いたの私。
ジョン・タイターのことか？
そう、2000年に飛んだ時に。
そうか。
The past has changed back, I suppose, from my point of view. When I was on the Alpha World line, I saw Titor posts on Ad Channel in real time. On this world line, those posts were made to an English BBS in the year 2000.
あんまびっくりしないんだね。
Nothing can surprise me now. My brain's too busy trying to process all this new information. It feels like it's gonna blow.
改めてこのミッションについて説明するね。向こうに着いたらのんびり話してる時間はないはずだからさ。目的はマキセ・クリスの死の回避。
Ever since I returned to this world line, I've avoided all news of Kurisu's murder. I really want to find out who did it, who killed her. I'm sorry, Suzuha, for thinking it was you. It's just the timing of everything with you showing up to the, at that time, at that moment, and Kurisu dying, and I had to believe, like, Suzuha was doing this to prevent, the world line from changing. She's like, if I kill Kurisu, then she'll never have met Okabe, and then they don't make the phone wave, or the, not the phone wave, but the time leap machine, and blah 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 blah. I was afraid of setting that result in stone. So I still don't know who killed Kurisu. I don't know how or why she died. I don't know anything at all. If I had known it would come to this, would I have looked things up? I ask myself that question. The answer is no.
アトラクターフィールドによる収束は？
言ったでしょ。その日は分岐点なの。マキセ・クリスの死の可能性は大雑把に計算して 50% なんだよ。
収束は起きないんだな。
起きるかもしれない。多分起きる。でもきっと抜け道があるはず。その抜け道こそがシュタインズゲートの入り口なの。
So in the end, it's a gamble.
それと一つ忠告を。ドクター中鉢には気をつけて。
どういう意味？
Oh, did maybe he kill her?
私のいた2036年では第三次世界大戦が起きたって言ったよね。その原因をたどっていくと中鉢論文に行き着く。
Oh.
ドクター中鉢が書いたっていうタイムマシンに関する文書なんだけど。
しかし奴のタイムトラベル理論はジョン・タイターのパクリ。
Wait a minute. John Titor's sitting right in front of me.
つまりタイターがネットに書き込んだことは正しいということか。
It's too bad you can't go back in time and unwrite what she wrote, and then Dr. Nakabachi would have never read it and then used that for his paper. I don't think that would do anything if she didn't write those things, but...
一部に嘘は混ぜておいたから、私が書き込んだ時はあんまり相手にされなかったんだけど。
But enough of the truth, he was able to write a paper on it.
まさか10年経って再評価されるとはね。私の書いた理論をもとに独自の考えを加えたみたい。その完成度はとても高いらしいんだ。とにかくドクター中鉢はマキセ・クリスの殺された会場にいたんだよね。だから彼には注意しといて。
Okay.
彼もまた世界線を大きく変えるキーマンのはず。
Dr. Nakabachi? Important. I thought he was just some con artist.
じゃあ行くよ。シートベルト締めて。
I look underneath my butt to find what looks like a car seat belt. I wrap it around my waist and fix my body to the seat.
結構揺れるのか？
揺れはほとんどないよ。
You mean it does something else? Wait, is this safe? Suzuha leans forward and pushes a bright yellow button on the bottom of the panel. There are no windows, so I can't tell if the time machine is moving.
たった3週間だからものの 2,3 分で行けるはず。
Suzuha fastens her own seatbelt and sighs.
最初に1975年へ飛んだ時なんかさ、6時間ぐらいかかって暇でしょうがなかったよ。
I guess time travelers have their own problems.
2、3分だからあえて酸素マスクはしてないけど、タイムトラベルの間この中は無酸素状態になる。
我慢しろと。
ここに。
Suzuha points to the center of the cylinder, the space between me and her.
エアポケットができるの。そこに頭を突っ込んでおけばさ、10分くらいは呼吸できるわけ。
なあ、もし仮にクリスを救うのを失敗したら。
実はそんなに燃料はなかったりするんだよね。もともと入れておいた燃料はギリギリだから。
So wait, basically, we have one shot at this. Can't just time leap over and over until we find what works, so that's it, one shot.
つまり世界線を変えられなかったら私はこの時代に残るしかないんだ。でも心配しなくてもいいよ。
Oh, okay.
8月20日から7月28日への往復はさ、まだ2回ぐらいなら可能だから。
So what she's really saying is we only have 2 chances.
燃料がないならどうやって2036年に帰るつもりだ？
帰る予定はないんだよね。シュタインズゲートへ行けたらこの時代にタイムトラベルしてくる理由はなくなるでしょ。因果が再構成されるんだ。 ここにいる私は消滅して、きっと2036年で平和に暮らしてるはずだよ。というわけで、オカリンおじさんの頑張り次第。
No pressure. Her tone is light, but her expression is serious. This is the first time in weeks that we've spoken, but I just now realized something about her. Susaha is pretty reckless, isn't she? Suddenly, there's a zapping sound, and countless faint silver lights start floating around the cylinder. They look like moth dust or powdered snow. The lights slowly change colors. Violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red, back to silver, violet, blue. The colors of the rainbow? I feel pressure on my entire body, similar to the sensation you feel as you ascend in an elevator. In an elevator, you feel as though you're being pulled downwards, but instead, the time machine feels like it's pulling at my back. The feeling of pressure quickly increases. It starts to feel like I'm falling horizontally. I've never experienced anything like this. It's so uncomfortable I want to scream. The strangest thing is the time machine itself isn't shaking. In fact, it doesn't seem to be moving at all. There's no noise, no vibration. It's eerie. The pulling sensation grows even stronger. I can hear my bones creaking. I imagine my body flattened like a pancake. It's not a pleasant thought. It's getting worse. I look at Susaha. She has her eyes shut and her jaw clenched tight. I can no longer move. It feels like my back is glued to the wall. My vision begins to warp. And within my warping vision, the powder of light still shifts through the colors of the rainbow. It's strangely beautiful, like something out of a painting. And still, I keep falling. Where is it taking me? Through a tunnel in space-time? All I know is that I'm falling. God, poor Susaha, imagine having to feel that for 6 hours. Oh, what if you had to go to the bathroom? Suddenly, everything goes dark. I try to scream, but even my voice falls away. It doesn't even reach my own ears. It's gravity. There's an intense gravitational distortion behind me, and I'm still falling towards it. My vision slowly recovers. The smell of ozone fills my nostrils. Susaha takes a deep breath and unfastens her seatbelt.
着いたよ。
Suddenly, the time leaping doesn't seem so bad in comparison. I gulp for air. Did I really just travel through time? If so, then this is July 28th, the day Kurisu and I first met, the day I sent the first email, the day it all began. Susaha takes out a digital watch. It's a fairly old-fashioned design.
1975年で買ってきたんだ。でもまだ3年も使ってないよ。
This is where an uninformed person would say, "In Japanese, please." Susaha sets the watch to the correct time, then hands it to me. The display reads 11:51. Nakabachi's presentation starts at 12.
出るよ。オカリンおじさんはマキセ・クリスをマークして、殺されるのを阻止して。
お前は
サポートに回る。それと携帯を取り上げた理由と関係するけど、
Oh,
ここには7月28日現在のオカリンおじさんもいる。
is he gonna run into himself?
今
That would be weird.
世界に岡部倫太郎は2人いることになるの。いい？自分自身との接触は絶対避けて。
Oh yeah, that would fuck up with
深刻
the
なタイムパラドックスが
yeah.
発生する可能性があるから。
タイターが言っていたことと違うが。
あれは単なるフェイク情報。
Come to think of it, Alpha Susaha said the stuff she posted about the many worlds interpretation was fake too.
了解だ。
じゃあ状況開始。終わったらこのタイムマシン前に集合ね。
So no pressure, he's gotta save Makase Kurisu from being murdered, but also has to make sure that he doesn't see his other self, or else he's gonna screw it all up, and he only has 2 chances to do this. Susaha finishes her rushed explanation and motions me towards the hatch. I open the hatch and grab the rim. I squeeze my way out. Susaha crawls out after me and closes the hatch.
おじさんは隠れて。私がおとりになる。
Susaha runs up the emergency door. And then, to my astonishment, she draws her gun and fires at the doorknob. The door opens easily. That must have broken the lock. Any minute now, a crowd of people will run up these stairs to see what happened. My past self will be among them. I need to hide before they get here. That was a close one. I nearly bumped into myself on the 8th floor landing. Right after I ran downstairs to the 7th floor, I heard footsteps running the other way behind me. Those footsteps were mine, no doubt. It was a near miss. To be safe, I descend to the 4th floor before stopping to take a breath. I take a look around, but there's nobody paying attention to me. I wonder what Suzuha is doing. I'm worried, but I need to focus on my own mission. I must prevent Kurisu's death. In about 30 minutes from now, just after Nakabachi's presentation ends, someone will murder her. I know where it happens, in the 8th floor hallway towards the back of the building where people rarely go. What I don't know is who stabbed her. Instead of running around and drawing attention to myself, I should just wait at the scene. Let's cool off here for about 5 minutes and then head over there. If I remember correctly, Kurisu tried to talk to me in the assembly hall, but I blew her off and came down here. After that, I tried calling Mayuri, but her phone was off and I couldn't get through. So I went back to the assembly hall to find her. What time was that? I searched my memories, trying to plot the actions I took on July 28th. It sounded simple when Suzuha said it, but staying away from that past self is going to take more work than I thought. Frustration mounts. I shove Suzuha's watch into my pocket to quash it. Just then...
すいません。
That voice. I turn around.
クリス。
私、あなたと面識あり
Resist
ま
the
し
urge
た。
to hug her.
いや、
さっき、このビルの屋上から降りてきましたよね。
She looks at me with those bright, beautiful eyes shining with intelligence and strength of will. I thought I would never see her again. But now, before my very eyes, it's the girl I love. Tears well up in my eyes. I want to embrace her right this instant. It takes everything I have to resist the urge. Don't forget, this is our first meeting. This Kurisu doesn't know me.
屋上で妙な音がしたし、ビルが揺れたように感じたけど、それと何か関係が？一体何があったんですか？ドクター中鉢の仕込みとかいう。
Why did I have to run into Kurisu of all people? I can't answer. I'm afraid if I speak, I'll be unable to contain my emotions. The memory of her last smile is burned into my mind, imploring me to act.
聞いてますか？すごい汗ですけど。
Kurisu looks at me with suspicion. What would happen if I were to grab Kurisu and run? Would divergence change? Would her murder be averted? I recall all the times Mayuri died. I recall all the times I time leaped to save her. The difference is you don't have that many. You can't do that over and over again. You got 2 chances. Everything I tried ended in vain. I was unable to save her even once. No matter what I did, the world itself killed her. Won't it be the same with Kurisu? Should I even try? I reach towards Kurisu, my hand shaking.
何ですか？
She steps back in surprise and fear, clutching a manila envelope to her chest. This is our first meeting. I know that, but to me, she's still a girl I love. If I'd been thinking straight a second ago, I would have realized my plan to grab her and flee wasn't going to work. Kurisu would never follow some strange man she only just met. Running isn't an option. All I can do is wait at the scene of the crime. Fighting against the urge to stay, I force myself to turn and leave. Great, you came off as the biggest creep.
質問に答えてください。
But Kurisu pursues me. Why is she so desperate to know who I am? I do look suspicious, I'll admit that. But if she thinks I'm dangerous, why would she come alone? I turn around reluctantly and meet Kurisu's stare.
答えて。
俺は
Oh,
お前を
no, don't is he saying, like, can I tell her who I am, or would that cause a paradox? Can I really save you? Oh, never mind. The words catch in my throat. Can I save her? I don't know. All I know is convergence is merciless and cruel, and I'm powerless to stop it.
何です？
I shake my head, then bolt for the stairs before Kurisu can react.
待って！待ちなさい！
I make it back to the 8th floor, the presentation has already started. I peek in through the door of the assembly hall.
俺が誰なのかはどうでもいい。それより、今あなたが語ったタイムマシンの理論は一体何だ?
Someone in the audience is shouting at Dr. Nakabachi, and that someone is me. Now I remember. I confronted Dr. Nakabachi in the middle of his presentation. I called him a fraud for ripping off John Titor's posts. From this angle, I look like a real asshole.
誰かその男をつまみ出せ。
Staff members approach. Damn, this is embarrassing. But there's nothing I can do here. I need to leave before Kurisu appears. I turn around and head deeper into the dim passage. An image flashes through my mind. She was lying there at the end of this passage in a puddle of her own blood. 20 minutes from now, that's exactly what will happen. Can I prevent it? I must, whatever it takes. There's a pile of junk, toolboxes, cardboard, and the like about halfway down the passage. The perfect hiding spot. I crouch behind them. Now all I have to do is wait for Kurisu to show. But what will I do when she does? Only now do I realize I'm completely unarmed. I really didn't think this through. Kurisu was lying in a pool of blood. That means her killer had a weapon. Since I didn't hear a gunshot, it must have been a knife or something similar. How am I going to defend her, and myself? Is there anything around here that might work as a weapon? I still have about 20 minutes. But one wrong move and someone might catch me. I shouldn't leave this spot. Maybe I'm being overly cautious, but this is my only chance to prevent Kurisu's death. I don't want to jeopardize that. I don't know what I'd do if I ran into Kurisu again. It's a miracle I managed to tear myself away last time. The longer I wait in the darkness, the harder it becomes. The anticipation is killing me. So far, not a single soul has passed down this hallway. I can faintly hear Nakabachi's voice through the mic from far away, but that's it. The silence does nothing but increase my tension. To make matters worse, it's hot and humid. I guess the air conditioner is not on back here. My entire body's drenched in sweat, and I haven't even been hiding for a minute. Sweat drips from my brow to the floor. I rub it out with my shoe. I have to keep waiting. There's no other choice. I stay there crouched in the darkness for what seems like an eternity. In the distance, I hear the sound of sparse applause. I glance at Suzuha's watch. It's 12:26. I guess the presentation's over. I peek out from behind the boxes, and just then... I hear footsteps approaching. I quickly duck back behind cover. My heart is pounding. Someone's coming this way. Who? Is it Kurisu's murderer? I clench my teeth and try to drive away the tension. I can only pray I won't be found. Finally, the footsteps pass right by my hiding spot. Moving only my eyes, I sneak a glance at the person. Kurisu. There's no one with her. I didn't expect Kurisu to be the first to appear. What is she doing back here? This area is for employees only. Now that I think about it, Kurisu's murder made no sense. Why was she killed in a place she would normally never come? Careful to keep quiet, I watch Kurisu from the shadows. About 5 meters down the hall, she stops walking and leans against the wall. She's holding that manila envelope I saw her with earlier. She peeks inside and smiles softly. Maybe she wanted to give it to Nakabachi, and he killed her and took the information for his time machine. Or at least for his paper. Kurisu rarely smiles like that. I mean, it's more like her to glare at people. That envelope. I search my memories again. When Kurisu approached me during Nakabachi's presentation, I'm pretty sure she was holding that envelope. But did she have it when I discovered her body? I don't remember seeing it. That's probably what happened is... because, you know, she had that... she was in the paper, and they know that she's a genius, and she's interested in this kind of stuff, so she probably wanted to give Nakabachi, like, he was like, oh, did you want to meet up? And, like... she probably has some stuff that she wants to give him to be like, can you, like, look this over and all this stuff? And then he steals it from her and kills her. What could be inside to make Kurisu smile like that? I can't begin to imagine. Kurisu hasn't moved a muscle. She's just standing there, head hung, her face hidden behind her long hair. I can't read her expression. Maybe it's her dad? We never really figured out what was going on with her dad. I doubt her dad would kill her, but I'm just like, the only other person I could imagine her being happy to see would be her father. Is she waiting for someone? Who? Who would she meet in a place like this? That's when I hear another set of footsteps approaching. I can't see who it was from where I was hiding, but given the timing, it has to be the person who killed Kurisu. And as proof, Kurisu raises her head and upon recognizing the newcomer, lifts her back off the wall. Her expression softens slightly. The footsteps come even closer. Who is it?
話がある。
Kurisu suddenly starts speaking. The footsteps pass right by my hiding spot. Who is it? Who is it? I'm so tense I can't move a muscle. The newcomer finally appears in my narrow field of vision. And it's... Oh, okay. I would almost be more surprised if it wasn't Nakabachi. It was all kind of pointing towards him.
No.
Dr. Nakabachi. I slap a hand over my mouth to keep from shouting in astonishment. Kurisu and Dr. Nakabachi know each other?
それと一つ忠告を。ドクター中鉢には気をつけて。
Something else occurs to me. Why would Kurisu, an accomplished scientist, attend the presentation of a man like Nakabachi? He's just a 2-bit inventor. Only 15 people came to hear him speak, and that's including trolls like me. There wasn't even any press coverage. Besides, Kurisu hates time travel science. That much was obvious from her lecture at ATF. In that case, it's obvious why she's here. She didn't come to see his presentation. She came to see him. But why? What could be the connection? Wait, it can't be.
聞いてるの？
Oh shit, I was right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I was right about both of them, about being Nakabachi and her father. Oh my goodness, I didn't even... Wow. Papa. Wow, her own father killed her. Assuming that, you know, this is who killed her, but I'm like, who else could it be? He's her father. Her estranged father. And the eyes, now I'm looking at the eyes, they have the same eyes. Who she told me she hasn't seen in 7 years. Kurisu did say her father was a physicist. And Nakabachi certainly is a physicist, though the scientific community at large has rejected his research. But wait, does that mean that Nakabachi killed his own daughter? Or was it someone else? Someone who has yet to appear? There's no way to know. If I could be sure Nakabachi was the killer, then I would intervene right now. But I'm not. I'd better keep watching and see what happens.
それはなんだ？
パパがタイムマシンの発表会をすると聞いて、私も考えてみたの。タイムマシンは作れるのかどうか。
Kurisu wrote a paper on time travel? But when she spoke at ATF, she rejected the very idea of time travel. Although, come to think of it, she was awfully interested in the phone wave. Damn, I forgot how much of a tsundere she was.
読んで、パパの意見を聞かせてほしい。それを踏まえて手直しして、学会に出してみようと思ってる。
Oh man, if he killed her, it'd be all because, like, I guess she surpassed him in her research and, like, he was jealous of that, and now she's like, let's work together on the time machine, where he's like, nah, how about I kill my own daughter and take her information, and then I'm going to be the only one who is, you know, praised for it. Damn, that is low if that's what happened.
一応私、サイエンス誌と面識あるし。
Nakabachi takes out the document and starts reading it with a disgusted frown. So that's what it was. She didn't have anything dangerous in that envelope, like drugs or a gun. It was just a document. But that raises a new question. Could that be the Nakabachi paper? According to Suzuha, that document sparked a time travel arms race that ultimately led to World War III and the deaths of 5.7 billion people. So if that is it, if we stop Nakabachi from taking that paper or seeing that paper and killing Kurisu, then that should change the timeline. But I have a feeling, because Suzuha specifically said that there's only 2 chances to do this. He's gonna fail the first time because he's like so in shock that he's gotta go back and do it again.
EU とロシアによる開発競争が火種になって、それにアメリカまでが横やりを入れたから収拾がつかなくなった。
Is this why Kurisu's safety is so important to changing divergence? I get it now. Nothing is coincidence. Everything is inevitable. Nakabachi flips restlessly through the document. He's not even trying to hide his irritation.
誰がこんなものを変えてこいと言った？
言われてはいないけど、パパが7年ぶりに連絡をくれて発表会を見に来いって言ってくれたでしょ。それがきっかけになったの。それで論文にまとめてみたら、もしかすると作れるかもしれないんじゃないかって思えるようになった。もしその論文が認められたら、学会を追放された
he's
パパ
gonna...
のリベンジになるかも。
This is where he's gonna kill her.
私は追放されたのではない。
Nakabachi suddenly shrieks at Kurisu, causing her to shrink back in fear.
あの連中は私のレベルの高さに嫉妬するしか能がなかった。そんな奴らに嫌気がさして私の方が見切りをつけたのだ。
怒鳴らないでよ。
Nakabachi gives his daughter a disdainful snort, then goes back to flipping through the paper.
パパって読むの早いね。昔とちっとも変わってない。
Poor Kurisu. Oh, she's trying so hard. This guy's he's an asshole before, but I mean, if he kills his daughter over, like, this paper so that he can be the only one who's credited for it, then that's just, like, next level evil. Nakabachi even ignores Kurisu's words of endearment.
悪くない内容だ。
本当？この論文はパパと共同署名でもいいと私は思って。
学会には出すな。これは私が預かっておく。
Oh boy. Here it goes.
どういうことだと？わからんのか？たかがサイエンス誌に低レベルな論文が掲載された程度でいい気になるなということだ。なんだ？親に対してその顔は何だ？
ごめん。
An awkward silence follows. I feel no warmth between these two. The only thing I feel is distance. Kurisu in particular seems desperate to avoid upsetting her father.
ねえ、久しぶりに会ったことだし、いろいろと話したいんだけど、パパは今、青森に住んでるんだっけ？
Kurisu is trying to maintain a cheerful tone, but I can see that her expression is stiff. I remember how she said she had trouble dealing with her father. Oh, I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for him to stab her. She looked so lonely when she spoke those words.
帰れ。さっさとアメリカに帰れ。二度と顔を見せるな。
でも。
何が意見が聞きたいだ。何が共同署名だ。本心ではそんなことこれっぽっちも思っていないだろうが。
He sounds like a child with an inferiority complex.
私を憐れんどるのか、それとも蔑んどるのか、娘の分際で。
何言ってるのよ。落ち着いて。
私は十分落ち着いておる。指図するな。
This is bad. It's almost time for Kurisu's murder. Was it really Nakabachi, her own father, who killed her?
私が今日この場にお前を呼んだ理由を教えてやる。勝ち誇りたかったのだよ。お前に私の研究の偉大さを見せびらかすことでな。
I was like, if it's not him that kills her, does she kill herself, just being so upset that her father just rejected her?
お前が絶望するほどの差を知らしめてやろうとしたのだ。なのにあの妙な若造のせいで全て台無しだ。そしてお前がそんな私を見て鼻で笑っていたのも知っているぞ。どこまで親をバカにすれば気が済む。
笑ってなんて。
この論文に意見が欲しいのか？意見ならここで言ってやる。
Nakabachi rolls right over Kurisu's objections. It's like he doesn't even hear her voice.
この論文は私の名前で発表する。以上だ。
まさかパパ盗むの？
なんだと？
私の論文盗むの？そんなことだけはしない人だって思っていたのに。
Oh. Oh. Nakabachi suddenly whirls and strikes Kurisu across the face. What do I do? I know I should do something, but what?
誰に対して口を聞いておるのだ？
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, well, Nakabachi throws the paper aside and seizes his daughter by the throat. Well, I guess we know he's capable of wanting to kill his own daughter, so... Kurisu gasps for air, her face twists in pain as his grip tightens.
お前に私の気持ちがわかるか？なぜお前はそんなに優秀なのだ？私はお前が憎い。存在そのものが疎ましいのだよ。私より優秀な人間などこの世にいてはならんのだ。わかるか？屈辱なのだ。娘が親より優秀でいい道理などない。だから遠ざけた。お前と親子だと思われるのが耐えられなかった。お前がいたせいで、お前のせいで。
This is completely absurd. He's blaming her for his own failures. I've seen enough. He's the killer for sure. I burst from my hiding spot.
よせ!
I ram him with my shoulder as hard as I can, knocking him away from Kurisu. Kurisu gasps for breath.
なんだお前は。クリスは殺させない。
I'm going to save Kurisu. I'm going to save her and change the future. Even a weakling like me can pin down an old man like Nakabachi. Then I can get Suzuhal to call the police and... The memory of Kurisu's body flashes through my mind. No, it won't turn out like that. Steadying himself with one hand against the wall, Nakabachi gets to his feet and looks straight at me. The instant our eyes meet, his face twists in rage.
お前、さっきのお前のせいで私の発表会は台無しだ。
His presentation? Right, of course. I called him out on his lies in the middle of his presentation. Nakabachi is mistaking me for my past self. Understandable, since we look exactly the same.
よくも抜け抜けと私の前に顔を出せたな。どいつもこいつも私の邪魔ばかりする。さてはお前、クリスと示し合わせていたな。そうだ、そうなんだろう。
He's delusional.
許さんぞ、ガキども。
Nakabachi glares at me with bloodshot eyes, then takes something out of his pocket. Alright, yep, he's the killer. I can't believe I thought for a moment that maybe Kurisu was the one who killed herself. But I'm like, I can understand being completely just, what's the word? Like, disowned from your father, like your father being like, I hate you? Like, I had imagined for someone who tries so hard to get his approval that would send someone into a spiral, but okay, it's confirmed. At first, I can't tell what it is, but then I see it glint in the dim light. A knife. So he was, like, meeting up with her with the full intention of killing her. The blade is about 20 centimeters long. I can't help but shiver at its cold shine. Why is he even carrying something like that? Is he completely insane? Wait, is that the weapon that killed Kurisu? I won't let that happen. Damn. Why is my brain so fixated on that scene?
私をバカにするな!
Nakabachi charges like an enraged bull with no sign of hesitation whatsoever. He raises his knife high. I instinctively dodge back. The knife misses me by a hair. He gathers himself for another strike. The sight of his face twisted in madness and rage fills me with terror. I want to scream. Suzuha, any time now. Would be great. He's going to kill me. No, don't be afraid. I can't die here. The past is already decided. But wait, the past is already decided. Then doesn't that mean I can't save Kurisu? I shake off the thought. Just think about saving her.
謝れ!
Swallowing my fear, I force myself to stop running away. Instead, I lunge forward. I knock Nakabachi's hand aside. The knife falls from his grip and clatters to the floor. I leap on it and pick it up. That was easier than I expected. I look up in surprise. Nakabachi's taken— oh shit, a screwdriver from a toolbox left in the passage. Kurisu is walking towards him, pleading with him to stop. She's completely defenseless. No, Kurisu, stay away from him. You're the one in danger, not me. Just when I thought I disarmed him, he finds something else. Even a screwdriver can kill with enough force behind it.
クリス逃げろ
Kurisu glances at me, but she doesn't move. Why won't she run away?
何がわかる何がわかる
Nakabachi's completely lost his mind. Nothing she can say will reach him.
お前さえいなければ
Nakabachi turns to Kurisu, brandishing his screwdriver. But Kurisu still doesn't run away. Blood splurts from the arm Kurisu used to guard her face. She's going to die. I have to do something. I grip the knife firmly in my hands. Kurisu won't die if I kill Nakabachi first. That image again. Stop getting in my way. I won't be tied to that past. I need to do this, to change the future, to save Kurisu.
仲間ち
As Nakabachi raises his arm for another blow, I thrust my knife at his unprotected back. Oh no, I killed her! Oh shit. Through the knife, my hand feels resistance. The sensation of tearing through flesh, scraping bone. It's surprisingly tough, but at the same time I feel the flesh pulsating. It shifts in time with my victim's breath. Oh, damn. And you only got one more chance to fix this, my dude. I stabbed. Oh, I stabbed.
なんで
I can't believe my eyes. What happened? I tried to stab Nakabachi. The blade should have pierced his back. And yet... At the last moment, Kurisu forced herself between us as if to protect Nakabachi.
なんで
Strength drains from Kurisu's body. She slumps against me, her head on my shoulder.
バカどもにはふさわしい末路だ
Suzaha, god damn it, if only you had been here, maybe you could have helped. Where was her thing about providing backup? Honestly, ugh. Laughing maniacally, Nakabachi picks up the dropped thesis and runs to the elevator at the far end of the hall. I can't chase him. I know what's going to happen if I don't stop him, but I can't take a single step. Is this the joke? Is this the punchline? I wanted to know who killed Kurisu, and now...
ごめんね
Kurisu speaks. Her voice is barely a whisper. I feel something wet on my hands. Wet and warm. Blood. Kurisu's blood. Gushing from her wound. It's warm but not hot. And yet it feels like it's burning my hands. I try to pull the knife out. If I can stop the bleeding, maybe... No! Never pull... No! Don't do that. No, it's worse when you pull the knife. You gotta keep it in. Because if you pull it out, then it's just gonna bleed more. You're at least, like, with the knife in there, you stand a better chance, at least as far as I know. I think the doctors always say, like, if somebody has a puncture wound or something, don't take it out. But my hands won't move. It's like they turned to stone. My arms, my fingers. No matter how hard I try, they won't move an inch. Kurisu's breathing quickly grows labored. She's suffering. I didn't mean for this to happen. This isn't what I wanted. Why won't my hands move? I want to pull out the knife. I want to ease her pain. Why won't my body obey me? It's as if someone else is in control. Kurisu's body convulses against mine. The pain must be unbearable. Is there nothing I can do to help her? I want to cry.
どうして
The only thing I can do is ask.
あれでも父親だから私ずっと 認められたかった。パパに認めて欲しくて、いつも勉強。でも今さら分かった。パパは私なんて認めたくなかった。バカみたいよね。なのになんで私パパをかばったのかな。ごめんなさい。見ず知らずのあなたを巻き込んで。いった。私死ぬのかな。死にたくないよ。こんな終わり。いや。
Her voice is fading fast. Don't die. Please don't die on me. But my prayers are in vain.
助け。
Her body suddenly grows heavy. I can no longer hear the sound of her breathing, and yet the blood from her wound is still warm. I killed her. I killed her. The one who killed Kurisu was me. As I scream, another me looks down from above. As he hears the sound of my despair, the last piece of the puzzle clicks into place. The scream I heard that day was my own. Shit. Oh my god, okay, wow. None of that really went the way I was expecting. So, just the confirmation that it turns out that it was Ocarin who killed Kurisu, and the fact that his past self could hear him screaming on that world line. I'm thinking, I was like, is this it? Is there no way to save her? He's got, like I said, I think Suzuha says that there's enough fuel for to travel back in time twice. So I think he's got one more chance to do it, but at that point, I feel like he's probably going to lose what little will he had. Will he even attempt to try and save her again? Is it possible? Was all this work for this true end for nothing? And does it even matter? I don't know, but holy shit. So safe to say that we're not going to be ending Steins Gate this week, but I'm thinking hopefully next week, because, oh, I just want to keep playing. I want to know what's going to happen next. I'm still shook about that. Wow. But I'm so happy that I, like, got to the true ending, because there's so much stuff that was not answered in the previous endings, like who killed Kurisu and the fact that her father is Nakabachi. I'm just like, I would not have known any of that stuff if I hadn't done the true end. So, wow. Okay, so we're gonna leave the rest of it for next episode. I hope you guys are excited for what will probably be the finale. I certainly am. I hope we can save everybody. We'll have to see. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and stay tuned for the next one. Until next time, bye guys. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Nana, Sparky, iCognito, Matt Goldsmith, Harry Gazif, and Asborn Kennedy.